What if the very thing keeping your dental lab alive could also be the thing putting it at risk? For many lab owners, outsourcing CAD design promises speed, flexibility, and lower costs. But in reality, it often brings sleepless nights, frustrated teams, and disappointed dentists. The modern dental lab is caught up in what I call the perfect storm. A shortage of skilled technicians, shrinking margins that make every remake painful, and a relentless push to adopt digital workflows that cost hundreds of thousands up front. Outsourcing CAD design has become less of an option and really more of a survival strategy, but it's not that simple. Because the moment you outsource, you're giving up control of your core processes. So today, we're breaking down the 6 major challenges that labs face when outsourcing. And I'll then share a framework that the most resilient labs are using, not only to survive, but to thrive in this new digital supply chain. Before we dive into it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos or strategies for future-ready dental labs. Let's start with the most common frustration: quality. Imagine sending out a case only to get back a design where the margins don't fit, occlusion's off, morphology, well, it looks generic. Your technician now spends hours fixing what should have been finished, delaying delivery, eating into your margins. And why does this happen? Many outsourced providers run high volume, production mill models, speed over artistry, standardization over customization. The result? Labs end up paying twice. First, for the design fee, and again, for the skilled labor to redo the work. Communication used to be simple. A quick chat between a dentist and a technician could flag an issue in minutes. But with outsourcing, that conversation, well, it gets stretched across time zones, emails, even language barriers. A simple clarification can take 24 hours. But here's a deeper issue. When designers are isolated from clinicians, they're no longer collaborators. They're just data processors. And that disconnect often leads to costly mistakes. Hidden costs and fragmentation. On paper, outsourcing looks cheaper, a flat design fee per unit, but labs know better. The real costs are hidden: skilled technicians reworking designs, wasted materials and machine time on remakes, admin staff chasing revisions and emails, and to add to all the frustration, fragmented systems. Different CAD platforms, incompatible file formats, unpredictable turnaround times. The seamless digital workflow feels more like patchwork. Accountability and compliance risks. Here's the part that keeps lab owners up at night. Even if your outsourcing partner makes a mistake, it's your name on the line, your liability, your reputation, and your client's trust. And when outsourcing offshore, the risks, they multiply. And materials that aren't FDA approved, gaps in infection control, patient information mishandling that violates HIPAA. Any one of these risks can sink a lab overnight. And finally, the human factor and AI. In dental labs, technology alone isn't enough because this industry runs on artistry. And here's an uncomfortable truth. CAD expertise is now becoming harder and harder to find. Now, with AI stepping into CAD workflows, lab owners face another dilemma. While AI can be powerful, there is a risk that it will de-skill technicians. Will it commoditize designs? The real risk isn't AI itself. It's when labs outsource everything and lose their in-house design muscle. That creates a dangerous dependency. So you might be asking yourself, how do successful labs overcome all of these risks? They don't treat outsourcing as a transaction. They build long-term partnerships. And here's the framework we've seen work. Due diligence. Don't just compare prices, test quality, demand compliance, verify credentials. Partnership management. You want to co-develop SOPs and provide structured feedback and track KPIs like remake rates, turnaround time. And the biggest thing is a hybrid model, keeping complex and urgent cases in-house while outsourcing the overflow and standardized cases to trusted partners. The forces driving outsourcing are labor shortages, economic pressure, rising costs of technicians. Well, those aren't going away. But here's the good news. Outsourcing doesn't have to mean losing control. The labs that thrive are the ones that master their digital supply chain, blending in-house artistry and trusted partners with smart automation. That's the lab of the future. If you want to go deeper, download our free white paper. It breaks down all 6 challenges, plus the framework resilient labs are using right now to stay profitable. Link is in the description. And if you're curious about how labs are already streamlining their digital supply chain with the EviSmart workflow automation, I'll leave the link below to learn more. Thanks for watching, and remember, the question isn't whether you should outsource, it's whether you control outsourcing, or let outsourcing control you.